Good morning and welcome to the NBA Daily presented by eBay. I'm Dave DuFour here with Es Baraheni. Coming up, wow, the Oklahoma City Thunder really love basketball. Another double overtime win for the Thunder. We're going to talk about that a little bit. And then Marcus Thompson comes on to talk about Steph Curry and his ridiculous night against the Nuggets. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Es.
Good morning.
Man, a lot of basketball in the first 3 days of the NBA season.
A lot of free basketball. Shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Getting people their money's worth.
You know what? Before we jump into that, yesterday was an interesting day.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't feeling well, and I woke up to a bunch of text messages. In a way, like something happened, right? Like I just had like 47 text messages. Yes. That is not hyperbole. It was 47. And I didn't know what it was. And then, I check our group chat and we're doing an emergency pod because Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier, are under federal investigation or indictment now. For this gambling thing. Been quite a day.
Yeah, it was quite a day. I think everybody on NBA Twitter was watching a FBI press conference for the first time in their lives and live tweeting it, which was really funny to watch. I noticed and I found out that Chauncey Billups allegedly had X-ray scanners under these poker tables. They were using high-tech equipment.
They had glasses where you could allegedly see marked cards. And it got me thinking, look, it seems like this scam was come play. Hey, you're a poker player. Come play poker with a famous guy, an NBA guy. And that guy winds up being Chauncey Billups.
That would be tough.
Respect Chauncey Billups. He had a great career. He's a Hall of Famer. Yeah, that's not getting me into some high stakes poker game. So it got me thinking. Who's the worst player that's going to get you scammed in a high stakes poker game? Chauncey Billups objectively a good player. There's no way I'm like, you know what? To hang out with Chauncey Billups, sure. Mm-hmm. That's just not happening.
Man, it would have to be. I mean, look, Chauncey again, like you said, Hall of Famer, Mr. Big Shot. big buckets for the Pistons, champion, 04, all that stuff, right? I don't know if he would get me in the door for a poker tournament. I'm not sure if he would.
I'm lost. Yeah.
Would you do maybe Jokic? If Jokic was telling me that he was going to have a poker tournament and there was some horse racing in the background
Jokic
that I could bet on.
Rigged horse racing. Is that something we need to watch out for? Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, it's just that is to me one of the goofier parts of the entire thing. Beyond just hearing like Gambino and Lucchese and all of these
Casa Nostra.
Like I'm in Goodfellas. Interesting day yesterday. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. I thought it was very funny.
Very funny. Yeah.
Not funny, man. The Thunder have now played 4 overtimes in their first 2 games. They beat the Pacers 141-135. This game it felt like game 8 of the finals, man. There's something about the Thunder that draws even more heart out of the Pacers somehow. So obviously they no Halliburton for them. Andrew Nembhard doesn't play the entire second half of the game. So he's out after
with a shoulder injury. Yeah.
They have multiple, I think 3 players foul out for them. And I mean, somehow they're still in it at the end of the second overtime against the deepest and potentially deepest and most talented team in the league in the Thunder. Ridiculous game.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. And also worth mentioning, no TJ McConnell for the Pacers either. So they did not have a single true traditional point guard on their team. And they might not for a little bit here.
What's this kid's name? Talon Peter.
We got some Talon Peter minutes. Can you give
me Ben Shepherd report on him?
Talon Peter, decent wing, does a little bit of everything. Very Rick Carlisle type of player, but like still a young guy who has to figure out his minutes. I think like him and Ben Shepherd will probably split some of those guard duties, especially if Nembhard is going to miss a little bit of time here. Okay. I'm also curious to see, like, just in general, half court wise, how this team leans on who's going to be the ball handler if Nembhard is going to miss time for them. Look, Pascal Siakam is the guy for this team, and he was exceptional tonight. 32 points, knocked down 12 shots, 3 threes, which was really, really good. And look, if he's knocking down his threes like that consistently, that opens up the spacing for their half court. It's an awesome year for Pascal to show what he can be as a half court player. Every year he adds something to his game. Every year he adds a new wrinkle. I think this is like a perfectly built team for him to show that as well. So maybe Pascal point guard.
Man, I mean, he basically has to play everything at this point. Benedict Mathurin for the Pacers had a great game. 17 free throw attempts, scored 36 points. I mean, we talked about him as like a breakout guy this year, just from the opportunity standpoint, the way he plays, how aggressive he is.
He's relentless, man. He barrels his way to the basket. And I know sometimes that can be his downfall too, because he's too aggressive at times and maybe doesn't see the passing windows that he develops. But you got to give him, like you mentioned heart earlier, Ben Mathurin plays with so much heart and so much conviction, and he gets downhill consistently. And look, if he's playing like this, if he's knocking down his threes like he did, if he's getting to the basket, that is a most improved player type of candidate.
I mean, that's an all-star. I mean, if he's going to play like this. And then for the Thunder, I mean, obviously they win the game. They're now 2-0. Well on their way. Look, they're on pace. 82-0 season.
82-0 is available.
We're going to pay attention because I think that they can win 70, and I would like to see them do it. You know, so often we see teams kind of take their foot off the gas, and I don't think that's what the Thunder are about. And so far, they're not. I mean, they found another guy, and we're going to talk about Shai in a second, but they found another guy, Ajay Mitchell. Like in 2 games, he looks like he's going to be 6th man of the year. Puts up 26 off the bench in this game. You know, he's playing like in overtime, right? I mean, this guy, late 2nd round pick last season, just again found money.
I'll ask you this, Dave. What was the one thing OKC needed last year during their playoff run?
I mean, they could use some shooting.
They could use some shooting. Yes. I agree. But I think the one thing I would say is ball handling. And Ajay Mitchell addresses that immediately as a second guy who can kind of create his own shot, who can make plays out of pick and rolls. He had a lot of nifty passes today too that might have not ended in assists, but like the decision making is good. He has a little bit of, this is crazy comp, okay? So prepare to be amazed, but he has a little bit of Jalen Brunson in his game, and that
I can see that
some lefty bias there because they're both left-handed guys. They both like to get to their spots similarly,
but he gets into people's bodies in the same way.
Totally, yes. So look, if he continues playing like this, obviously a 6th man of the year candidate. But they've so desperately needed another ball handler next to Shai, and if he's that for them, that solves a huge problem for them moving forward. I actually think in general, we haven't mentioned this, but no J-Dub tonight for OKC either. That's a huge element for the first couple of weeks of this Thunder season. I think it's going to be a blessing in disguise, though, because Ajay Mitchell gets more reps. Aaron Wiggins gets more opportunity. Aaron Wiggins had 23 points tonight as a starter. We saw Chet Holmgren in their first game versus the Rockets really explore offensively. I think some of these, role player types are going to get more opportunity to figure things out, punch above their weight offensively. That'll help them develop. And like we said before, Mark Daigneault is not afraid to experiment, not afraid to try things. Brooks Barnhizer, another rookie, played 15 minutes tonight. Can I get his shoulder workout, Dave? He is jacked. He is massive.
Doing a lot of side lateral raises. I'm assuming.
If you are watching this, Brooks.
Yes, shoot over the shoulder workout routine. All right, Shai scores 55.
Yes, we buried the lead there on the Thunder. Yes.
Shai with 55. This is the most points so far this season. 23
career high.
Yep, 23 of 26 from the free throw line. This is just a continuation of last year. The 3 ball isn't there yet, right? Only 2 of 7 in this game. He's 1 of 9 in game 1. But everything else is. I mean, this guy is just, he has not missed a beat. But from last year to this. And if anything, I would even say he looks a little bit more patient, even.
Yeah, he looks poised. I think, obviously, with no J-Dub, there is a lot of he has to do the heavy lifting on offense, especially in the half court. Have I loved OKC's process in the half court? No, but I think that's why, to the point I was saying earlier, like they are kind of experimenting and figuring out who they are without J-Dub there. Shai has to do a lot for this team right now. And I'm kind of, to your point about them winning 70 games, I wonder if that's worth it,
because
like
of the workload.
Yeah, like maybe take it off the gas pedal, you know what I mean? And like pace yourself, because that's what really is going to help you win a championship this year. I don't think it's like, hey, let's win 70 games again. I think it's let's try to win 60 plus would be great. And let's make sure all our guys are healthy and ready to go for the postseason.
But that's not as cool as winning 70.
I know.
See, this is the thing. I'm very concerned about the coolness of winning 70 and not so much, like let's be smart and win a championship. Chet, 15 points. I mean, listen, they just have so many guys.
Yeah.
Every single night. The depth is huge, obviously. Four overtimes, and they have not looked tired for 1 second of this game. Like,
although Shai had that moment in double overtime where he's like, damn, I'm tired. I'm exhausted, boss. He did the Green Mile. I'm tired, boss. He did that moment. But look, they're going to find ways to get guys into that rotation and experiment. Like Chris Youngblood played tonight for them. Ousmane Dieng played tonight for them. They are always going to be willing to plug and play guys. That's been the Oklahoma City way. So I don't expect anything different from them. It's good that they've started 2-0 despite the level of competition that they faced. And I think that's a credit to the Pacers, by the way, who if I'm looking at just this one game and what I expected from them heading into the season, some nice development from Jarris Walker and Obi Toppin, who had really good games today too. If they play like this, if the Pacers play like this all season, I think they're a top 6 team.
I'm higher on them than a lot of people. And Obi Toppin is a big reason why. When you have a guy that plays that with that level of energy and effort every single night, I mean, he just it raises your floor. I think that they can be a top 6 team in the East. I think they've got the guys. As long as Nembhard's not going to, I don't know yet if Nembhard's actually going to be out or not. If he doesn't miss any time, it does seem like they've got enough guards to make it work. They have the high-end talent in Pascal Siakam that they can sort of revolve around. Yeah, I think that's not even a hot take to me.
I think the only thing that's holding them back is like, how are they going to sort out the center minutes? I wasn't too impressed with what I saw from Isaiah Jackson or Jay Huff tonight. Yeah. They went smaller with the Siakam Toppin lineups, but those lineups have been so successful for them that it's like it's sort of an additive if they find a lineup with a big that works. That's probably the one thing I would say might hold them back. But yeah, I like them a lot.
Yep. All right, guys, stick around after the break. Marcus Thompson to talk about Steph Curry's ridiculous night against the Nuggets. Steph Curry was ridiculous last night, putting up 42 points. As the Warriors get an overtime win over the Denver Nuggets. In the building, our man Marcus Thompson. What's up, Marcus? First appearance of the season. How's it going?
I mean, that's quite a feat. It's the first week of the
season. First week, so. I know. Yeah. First of many.
Don't act like I've been slacking or something. Like this is my first appearance and you've been going for a while.
Well, no. We talk all the time. You could come on to talk about teams that aren't the Warriors too. You could have been on here every night. It's an open door policy.
We're blessed to have you, Marcus.
I don't get those calls. I'm here to talk about the Charlotte Hornets too, but y'all never asked.
Oh, well, we got you next time. Look, next time we have a Charlotte.
You want to get on some Ryan Kalkbrenner takes? Are you sure? No? Okay. Musa Diabate?
Hey, no? I thought we were going to wind up talking about Aaron Gordon tonight.
We can, by the way. I mean, he still deserves mention.
Yeah, I mean, he puts up 50. He was 10 of 11 from 3. But Steph Curry's second half and overtime were just ridiculous. And, every year we're a year older and we go in thinking maybe this is the year Steph doesn't have it. I don't know. Steph's got it, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's my story in The Athletic, right? Like this dude,
he's insane.
You just forget that he's 37.
Yeah.
Like watching him play, this doesn't look like an old dude who's still doing things. Like they've got those guys out there, right? Like Al Horford looks like an old guy who can still do some things, right? Like, but he's
made that
it's like,
quarter three though.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like Al Horford. He looks like he's 39, but he's still doing things. Draymond looks like he's 35, but he's still doing things. Steph looks 28. The way he's moving, how like the energy he has, like he's still Like it's a kind of a marvel, and that's not like a diss to the other guys. It's just like he doesn't look like he's lost anything. It's really interesting tonight. Like Aaron Gordon was going crazy from three. And oddly enough, this is how old we are. The Warriors got back in the game by going inside. Like they essentially were getting cooked from three, so they just really doubled down on two. And it's a lot of Steph driving on Chris Brown and turning a corner on like AG and Jokic traps. And the fact that he can still get around the edge and get into the paint is like one of those things where it's like, when he starts slowing down, he won't be able to do that. It's going to be I can't get there. I'm a cross back. But he's like, I'm turning the corner. I am getting there. And that's where it's like, yeah, this dude, this is insane.
Even some of those layups where Christian Brown is kind of draped all over him, right? Like, he had that one really tough one that he had to punch in there. I mean, that's stuff that last season, I feel like he was blowing a lot of those layups last year through contact. And I feel like it was a good sign for me to see him being that aggressive and physical, like attacking the basket. He also looks ripped, by the way.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think the big thing, like, especially at this point in the season, is he had an off season, right? There was no Paris. There was, I guess we can't call it early, like second round, but he was earlier than the rest of his team, right? Like he left after game one. So like he got a space to kind of prepare and build his body, and he looks fresher. He looks like a rejuvenated player. So, I mean, the question for the Warriors this season, obviously their peak is pretty high. Like, I think I'll pick Denver to win a championship, right? Like, Denver is loaded. Like, they're just that is an elite NBA team. So the Warriors can compete with that. They can even beat those teams. It's going to be about sustainability, like, and how long they can maintain it. And can they get to April and May and be deep into June and still have this level of vigor? Steph looks like he's prepared for that, but it is game two. So we still got to wait and see.
I thought it was interesting to contrast this win versus the Lakers one, because obviously the Lakers don't have the size or athleticism that the Nuggets do. And so, like, the double big lineup, if you want to call it that, with Horford and Draymond,
which they did really not want to do, by the way. They
went to it. They went to it and it worked. And they even added Jonathan Kuminga to that lineup too. So I feel like they've found a successful formula to, like, fake size, pretend being big versus actually being big, and maybe matching up with teams that way.
Yeah, it's tricky because it really didn't work. If you just look at it, I mean, Denver's offensive numbers are insane. Like, obviously, it is gassed by Aaron Gordon getting a 50 burger in the Bay, right?
The threes, man.
Yeah, but they had what they wanted in the lane. You can tell the Warriors aren't prepared for that double big. There's a lot of blown assignments, a lot of passing off that didn't work, and they're getting open looks. So you can tell it's a little bit rusty. I feel like, though, if you can just hold on, they feel like against a team like Denver. I mean, this is the Warriors' way, right? They're not going to go get a big just for the sake of having a big. They're just not doing it. Every offseason is like, go get a big. Like, the days of them, like, looking for Dwayne Dedmon, like, they're done with that. Like, Al Horford is their big. Like, that's what they're going to do. And if Quentin Post ever can guard anybody, like, they'll throw him in there. But they just feel like they can survive. And they did enough with Denver, which is massive.
Yeah.
But because they were able to score on the other end, I feel like it's not that they got to shut teams down that are big. They just have to be able to withhold well enough so they can go back at them. And when you got Steph playing like this, it's a safer bet. I just don't know how they can do this for, like, a series. Yeah. Like, what do you do for a series of having to deal with that?
Well,
like,
especially if you get matched up against, like, I mean, they played Houston, they beat Houston, but that's another big team, right?
Absolutely.
The key to this whole thing, to me, it winds up being Kuminga, right? I mean, we even saw Kuminga guarding Jokic and holding up, a little bit there. Look, Draymond came over to help, but Kuminga being able to close with Draymond and Jimmy Butler, to me, has been
and Horford,
right. Like, it's kind of been a surprise, right? Like, what do you think about Kuminga so far?
I think he better had. We spent 4 months talking about this dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually been surprisingly good.
Yeah, he's been good.
Yeah,
they essentially had to decide, right? Like, hey man, we're gonna play you, right? I mean, they just have to. They simply don't have another choice. Not just because Moses Moody is out, but you just can't run Jimmy into the ground, right? You just got to be smart about how much you play Draymond. Like they just have to. And we haven't gotten to the part of the season yet. It's coming where these guys are going to take games off, right? There's going to be like no Jimmy, no Draymond, and that's Kuminga's runway. So they've essentially decided like you're going to play. And he seems to have responded with that. Like, okay, I'm going to do the things you're asking me to do. Like, I'm going to not be so thirsty on offense that I forget about the other things, or I won't 100%. Let not scoring deter me. Like, he's in there rebounding. The part of his game that's grown very clearly is the interior passing. Like, he's getting into the lane, and he's finding that. Like, that's not what Kuminga does. And defensively, being on the ball as like the pit bull is just better for him. There was a moment tonight where you can see how they get frustrated with him. Like Aaron Gordon is 5 for 5 and he goes under the screen, right? And it's okay. Aaron Gordon's now 6 for 6. He's still like, he makes those type of mistakes, but putting him on the ball, like go pressure the ball, it lessens the opportunity for those things. So it feels like they found a little happy marriage of how to marry like Kuminga's bent on being like an all-star, like dominant scorer, and Steve Kerr want him to play Warriors basketball. If they can keep this up, that's a big win for the Warriors.
They need that athleticism, right? Like, I mean, it's like they got it because it's one of the ways that they're going to get some easy buckets is Kuminga transition. I think. I mean, he's kind of a beast when he can get out in the break.
We've talked about it before, but like just rim pressure is such an important part of this game for the Warriors. And like between Jimmy and Kuminga, they have two guys who can get to the rim, but Kuminga just being spry, right? Like a younger dude who can, again, run in transition, but also in the half court, get downhill. Against the Lakers and tonight, I thought he did a good job. Like the gravity is coming towards me while I'm driving. I'm dishing it out. We can reset. We can find something better. And so that unselfishness was a big part of what I think Kuminga needed to adapt. It's like buying into the Warriors system of what they want to do. And also like role definition. He's a starter now, and he knows that he's out. Is he? Okay. Well, let me ask you that. If Moody comes back, are they going to change that starting lineup?
I don't know, but if Moody was healthy, Moody would be starting because Moody was in that lineup that went 23-7. Like, so they've been kind of reluctant to go away from that, and because Moody's out,
Kuminga's got good, that. Though.
Exactly, but so now it might be a bit of a tough decision because Kuminga does give you something that they just don't have, and here's the key to it. Like, if we're talking to Steph Curry about this, like in LA, like Steph needs it. The way they're going to play him, and this is why games like this matter. Like he go off for this, and now everybody's going to be terrified. They're going to overplay, and somebody has to exploit that space. Like they just have to. And who else on this roster other than Kuminga? Like even Pods, who can get a little shifty, he's not just going to say, "Oh, there's a crack, I'm hitting it." Like they don't really have those guys. Kuminga is thirsty for it. Like he's like, "You give me a blink." Like I'm going through it, and Steph needs that. They need to punish teams that say we're taking Steph away. If he goes, 5 or 6 shots in a half, it needs to be the other team is getting diced up, right? And Kuminga's the guy to do it. Like that's the answer.
Can we swing into the Nuggets for a second?
Absolutely.
Get your opinion because you said like me that you really high on them. I also think that they're going to go to the finals and probably win the title this year. Like, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, they look great. Whatever Aaron Gordon did over the summer with his jumper, it worked. He had an amazing
he shot
night.
43% last year too. This is like crazy shooting development for him all year. Yeah.
He puts up 50. Jamal Murray looked great, put up 25, 10 assists, and then Jokic has a 21-point triple-double, and then they lose. But the idea was this is the year they had more depth. What is your takeaway from game one of the Nuggets?
Yeah, they definitely have a better plan, right? And they've just got the bodies to do it. Like Cam Johnson wasn't like great tonight, but he's another player out there you got to guard. And before it was like Peyton Watson, right? And it's like you just feel a little bit better about leaving Peyton than you do Cam Johnson. And I do feel like the emergence of Aaron Gordon turning into this, and not obviously he's not like an average 50, but he's such an incredible threat. He shot 46% from three. Now he's at like, what was he, 10 for 11, right? Like,
He's above 90% from three right now.
Yeah, so he's getting to that point where you cannot leave him open. And then when you pressure him out there, like he's such that like in between big, like he's bigger than most fours and threes who guard him, but he's actually like still super athletic. So like he's like going one-on-one with Jimmy down low. Like he's a problem. So he can still do that. To me, that actually puts everybody at a different place. Like even Jamal Murray is the third best player on his team, right? Like you start looking at it like that, like, hey, like on some game, hey, I don't know what happened in here.
They just turned the lights on me.
That's
crazy.
Turned the lights out.
Oh man,
they turned the lights out on the Nuggets.
They turned out the lights on me. What's going on, man? I'm already black. They can't be doing that. There you go. All right. You know
Warriors PR messing with Marcus over here.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta let me live out here. I need my light. But like to me, it puts everybody in their place. They're not saying, Christian, like we need 20 from you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like we need, like they're putting, like the fact that Gordon has become this very like star productive player. He produces like a star. He threatens like a star. It opens up the game for Jamal Murray. It opens up the game for Tim Hardaway, right? These guys who just Cam Johnson, who will just punish you. And we remember, and obviously Bruce Brown is back. When they won a championship, it was guys like that. It was because MPJ, KCP, like they will punish you, right? And it's not like hoping that, you know, I keep saying Peyton Watson's name. I like him as a player, but like if he's like the open wing guy, you just feel better about it. Now you're cooked. Like they just have places to go. They can put different lineups out there. The non-Jokic minutes don't feel so like desperate.
Hey, Valanciunas, they won them, right? Made a big difference.
Yeah,
I really like.
They just feel like they got options, man. They got options.
They did a really good job. The Warriors. I mean, it's a big win. This to me is, this is like a measuring stick win for the Warriors. I still have concerns that they're too old. But if this is what it's going to look like, actually, I mean, like if they're going to be healthy come playoff time, I don't know, man. I think they could. I don't know. It can be good.
Kuminga can help with the age problem, though. Kuminga can help bring that age concern a little bit down. If
they do need more
this.
From pods, though. They need they're going to need a lot of these guys. To me, this doesn't say much. I felt like the best of the Warriors can win. Right, you got Steph Curry, like he's Steph Curry. It's gonna be the sustainability. I mean, we saw it in the Houston series, right?
Right.
For 4 games, they're gonna be good, but they're like. They played Game 7 in Houston because they tricked off Game 6, right? Which hurt them in Game 1 because Steph played 44 minutes in Game 7, had to turn around and play Game 1, pulled his hamstring. Like it's gonna come down to that type of stuff. Can they win the games they should win? And get like comfortably into a place where they're not battling for a play-in, right? And now they can rest guys. That to me, it's going to be about that. Like the even last year, they felt like they were a good matchup for OKC. They played them well. They were like we can match up well against them. I don't know if they're like you don't pick them over like the OKC or even Denver, but
it'd be a competitive series.
Warriors. Yeah, you don't want to see Steph Curry in that series.
Well, you get the corporate knowledge of how to win, man, and that stuff matters.
It's massive too. Yeah,
it matters so much in basketball.
Marcus, it's huge.
Final Warriors question. I got to get this in. Will Richard, 56th overall pick. He's been hooping recently. He's going to be baked into the Warriors rotation, or is this just like a Moody being hurt type of thing?
I do think it's a Moody thing, but I do think he's going to play. First off, can I just say this dude looks like Jordan Poole? Like
he does kind of look like Jordan Poole
with the locks and the number 3. He's a little bit bigger, but I'm like every time I see him, I'll be like, "Wait, is that Jordan?"
When he hit that 3 today, I kind of got flashbacks.
He thought he was. Yeah. He thought he was Jordan Poole with that one. I mean, to me, that 3 kind of shows why he's gonna play because he's got a moxie about him. I know that I was talking to him after the Lakers series. Like he was really good in that game. Yeah. I'm like, dude, like people wet the bed in LA. Like regular. That's a different stage. Like, Kobe played on that court, like people do get a little shook on there, like veterans, like they do. And for him to go out there and just be that comfortable, I was like, hey, hold on. Like he fits the Warriors in that very, I know how to play basketball. I'm not typically going to do more than what I should be doing, right? And I have enough skill that you can put me in multiple places. And the rest is just like heart. And he's got the heart. So he's essentially like a Moses Moody when you really think about it. Like that same type of player. And, that dude is Moses Moody is probably a starter in this league.
Yeah.
Not
all
probably,
right.
he actually is.
Yeah, he is a starter when he comes back.
Until
Kuminga takes his spot away. That's right.
Kuminga might be coming for
all right,
that.
Marcus, I know you got to go talk to Steph, so we're going to let you get out of here. That's going to do it for the show. Thanks to Marcus Thompson for joining us after the Warriors game. Thanks.
I go talk to Steph. That was last night. What you mean?
That's a fair point. Thanks to Es Baraheni for joining me as always. I'm Dave DuFour, and this has been the NBA Daily. Thanks for waking up with us.